Solo Leveling, Reawakening. This movie just dropped, and this is a setup for going into season two. Is it worth the watch? Let's talk about it. All right, Soul Level Reawakening. Let's get right into it. Is this movie worth the watch? Absolutely. Yes, it's worth the watch. Even if you've already seen the series all the way through, it is still worth a watch. It is that good. And the reason why I'm saying is that good is simply, again, spoilers. Spoilers are incoming. If you're not ready, go back out, come back later. Straight up, they did this how it should be as far as an anime recap and going into the next season. Now, granted, it is like the first two episodes of season two. So you're going to see this stuff in January. You're going to see it again. The reason I'm praising it so much is one, season two looks fire. Like it looks absolutely great. Like I'm excited to see how far he's going to take his abilities. And the second reason is it does it better than other movies that have had theater premieres. I'm looking at you, Demon Slayer. I'm sorry, I got to call it what it is. They literally recap the entire season going throughout by bringing bits and pieces of different episodes to tell the story. As they do that, it's a seamless transition from episode to episode, like that you would see watching on on your sites or that. It's a seamless shot all the way through. We don't got to break up. We don't got title screen between. You don't have to have a whole big, hey, this is the next part and this is the new season announcing it. They didn't do none of that stuff. It just played through. And when we got to season two, again, everything was absolutely hitting. So if you haven't seen season one, go back and watch it. Go check out the movie. So that I'm not going to recap that part. I'm mainly going to focus on the season two stuff because that's where the meat and potatoes is as far as people who've already seen the series want to see. So that's my rant. Let's get into it. So it's a guardian teacher meeting. All right. You got Jinwoo and Jinna. Like, so he's going to see his little sister, and he has got himself, cleaned up. All right. You already saw that he improved his status with that from being shaggy headed and kind of cleaned up a bit so that. So now he's got the whole heartthrob kind of look going on that you see in like the K dramas and all that stuff. So he's looking good, and he's there, and he's talking to the teacher about if he would let his sister become a hunter if she, had her awakening or whatever. Now he says no immediately, like, no, because he's seen some things and he's seen how bad it can get firsthand. But he ends up finding out about Han Song Yi, which is the girl that he had brought on one of his raids. Like she was one of the bodies who was just kind of there while he went in and handled everything, and they just got paid. She was a young girl. So that is actually one of Gina's, I guess, best friends. So he's talking to her, and he's like, look, this is what stuff is going on. I don't know if this is right for you, but come on with me. He's basically going to show her the ropes to see if this is something that she really wants to do. He's trying to kind of do a scared straight type thing. Hey, don't do this. It gets bad. You got your whole life ahead of you. Go do that stuff. While he's sitting there talking to her and kind of setting her up, we see Huang Dong So rise. Remember, Huang Dong Suk, I think, I might butcher some of these names, was the one that tried to have him taken out in the dungeon, and he had to take him out because, again, they were trying to just do a setup and take all the loot. Well, because of that, Dong Su's here, and he's trying to find those hunters responsible for his brother. So he's on the hunt. While in this process, you have gates that are set up. So you got Jin-Woo headed to the gate with Song Yi. He's like, hey, I'm gonna bring her in. I'm just there as an observer. I'm dressed in plain clothes. Like I'm not, ready for battle type stuff. Like I'm just chilling. Like, he's got on like casual attire. So pretty much as they get ready to go in, we get the team. So it's the White Tiger Guild that is running the team. So it's pretty much her, Song Yi, and Jinwoo, and then it's Kim Chul and 7 others that are going in. So a total of 10 people. Kim Chul is an A-ranked tank, and he is like, I don't like babysitting. The fact is, I got to take 2 E ranks in here with me. Like that's annoying. Like I don't want any of that. So they end up going in, but as soon as they end up going in, something was off. Jinwoo manages to get his head back outside the gate before they fully closed, saying, "Hey, you need to bring back up because the gate turned red." Apparently, red gates automatically lock. You got to finish the level or whatever for that thing to open. Nobody can go in. There's no backup, no nothing. Like, it is what it is. And these are just like really, really dangerous encounters. Like, everything is leveled up beyond, you know, A tier or whatever that, you know, that they're used to. So they end up in an icy forest with ice elves. And immediately these elves just kind of looking at them in the trees or that, and they take shots and they take out one of the E ranks immediately. And they were shooting for Song Yi, but Jinwoo managed to catch the arrow and snap it. Now there's the other girl there, Park Hee Jin, who notices him catching the arrow and breaking it. She's watching this stuff very, you know, intently. So basically, you see the elves end up scattering, and Kim Chul was like, "Crap, we're stuck here. We got to figure this out. It's going to take a while for us to get out of here. Y'all need to survive the best way you can." So he says, "I'm going to take the strongest." So Kim Chul ends up taking the strongest, like him and, you know, four others, I think. And he's like, "They're coming with me." He pushes down one of the lower ranking guys, like, "You know, you're not coming with me because I don't want any weaklings kind of slowing me down," type attitude. And he's like, "We're gonna go find the boss and take this out so we can get out of this dungeon. Y'all are left to fend for yourselves." And I was like, this dude just don't give a crap about nothing. Like, he's just like, "I'm beelining." Like, all right, cool. I can respect it, so to speak. But again, he's just leaving them to, you know, get taken out. Park Hee Jin ends up, you know, because she watched Jin-Woo and what he did, she's like, "I'm gonna go with Jin-Woo. Like, I feel like my better option is to go with him." And Kim Chul just looks at her like, "Really? Whatever. You know, you do what you do." So she ends up staying with him, and both teams end up encountering ice bears. These ice bears are ridiculously big and strong and just about to really wreak havoc. Again, spoilers. So many spoilers and stuff are going on. Um, it's literally bears making their marks in the trees, and they're ready to pretty much take out anybody who walks in their territory. So you see Kim Chul immediately have to deal with, like, it's like three of them that show up, and he gets ready to scrap, and he starts taking one out, and basically they're fighting to get into it. On the other end, you've got Jin-Woo, who's walking through the other side, and he's in another, you know, ice bear territory, and he notices, and one immediately comes out. Jin-Woo ends up taking it out and kind of letting it be known, like, "Yeah, I got this." He ends up kind of going into his inventory, pulling out a bunch of coats for everybody because it's cold. So he's like, "Here." And one of the things they mentioned is like, yeah, most people can only carry, like, they can only store like 2 or 3 items and sort of that. Like, you're pulling out coats like it ain't nothing, and you got weapons. And what is this? Like, he was like, "Look, don't ask no questions. Don't talk about this stuff. Don't say nothing. You wanna be good. You want to be taken care of. Keep quiet. Do as I say. Simple as that." And they all running. So pretty much they end up kind of getting through the forest and setting up. So they got freaking like a little camp set up. So they got they got a fire going, they got some food, and they're eating the bear meat. And it's like, you know, they're chilling, right? Jinwoo's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go walk this way and go check out some stuff." As he goes walk, he ends up finding the cave. And in the cave are a ton, I'm talking about a ton of ice bears, including the chief, the high chief, the pack leader, the king of the ice bears or whatever. He's got the different little mane and he's ready to go. They come out there and like, "What do you want?" And immediately Jinwoo's like, "All right, what are we waiting for? Arise." He brings all his necromancy soldiers that he acquired into the battle and sends them to fight the ice bears. So they're now fighting ice bears, and it's just going at it. And for him to regenerate them, again, it uses his mana. So again, his mana is just draining. You see his mana just draining because he is constantly reanimating them, getting them up, and doing what he needs to do. And eventually, you know, the pack leader comes at him, and he's got Egress, and Egress comes out and is just like, "Yo, yeah, I got this." Handles that immediately, no problem. And then after everybody take care, I was like, all right, he's got his soldiers, he's got egress, what he's gonna do? This man turns around, looks at all the stuff, and then he raises the ice bears. He's like, yo, I'm taking all these with me. They're mine. Added to my stockpile. I was like, here we go. He is not playing no games. Kim Chul, however, is forced to retreat because he is fighting and he is taking out the bears, but he ends up coming across the elves, and the elves end up taking out all his guys. So it is just him. And they're kind of toying with him. So he ends up running away because he can't handle it and he's losing his mind. In the process of him running away, he ends up finding the other team and sees them camped out. And he's just like, what the heck? Like, how do y'all have all this? How, like, my whole team was taken out and you guys are sitting here chilling, having food, camping out, laughing, giggling, so that he is mad. And he's like, where is Jinwoo? I'm gonna give you to the count of 3. 1, 2. He pulls out his sword like he's about to wreck them. And then Jinwoo just comes, grabs him by the head, tosses him, is like, yeah, no, you're not gonna do nothing to these people at all. Like, he is there to protect them. He's gonna take care of them. So again, it's Park Hee Jin, freaking the Song Yi, and then one other guy who's just lucky to be there because he's low level and he's being taken care of. So Kim Chul's base tossed aside, but we see the elves show up. All right. This is where they're getting ready to, encounter Jinwoo and see what's going on for the second time, because they were just kind of looking the first time. While this is going on back on the outside, you got Baek and Dong Su face off because, again, Dong Su came to the gate looking for Jinwoo, and Baek is like, yo, what do you hear? Like, you can go. And they got some beef already, and they're going at it. They end up freaking getting into a slight freaking brawl because Dong Su wants what he wants, and he's getting ready to, choke some people out for information. And Baek's like, nah, you're not going to do that with my people. Grabs his hands, like, get your hand off of them. And they end up kind of getting to a clash of fists, and they're ready to go. It ends up getting stopped, but they about to scrap. Like, they got beef hard, and I want to see where this is going to go. Like, Jinwoo's got some stuff going on, and I'm happy with it. But Baek and Dong Su, like, that seems like a fight that I want to see. Like, we got to see if it comes to that at some point, because that could be guild versus guild at some point. I don't know what's going on. Like, we already seen, pretty much the hunters versus the hunters, but now guild versus guild, that's like a bigger, massive battle. So we'll see how that goes. But either way, they end up kind of facing off, and it kind of ends up getting dissipated. But the elves confront Jinwoo, and one immediately challenges, like, I want to take him out. And before a second thought can even be given, dude is taken out. Immediately, Jinwoo took him out so quickly. And the leader is just laughing, like, okay, because he's not worried about himself, and he obviously don't really worry about his minions. He's just like, all right, whatever. So that one gets taken out immediately. The elves hear, and we found out that the elves are hearing a voice as well. So we're not sure if it's something kind of like the system in Jinwoo's head. If it's something similar, are they kind of being played on the other side, or is it just like it's just a higher power who's controlling them? Like, what's the deal? We don't know, but they said that they hear something. So we don't know. We'll figure it out. So it ends up being soldiers versus bears. So the elven soldiers versus the actual necromancy soldiers and bears. So pretty much that clash is getting ready to set up and happen, and they're just going at it. We see the elves start glitching out, kind of like they're a computer program, something. Like, we don't know if it's actually the elves glitching out or if it's something inside Jinwoo's head that's glitching out that's causing him to see what he's seeing, but some kind of glitch occurs. In the process of that, we found out the elf leader name is Barka, and he is powerful. Like, again, Jinwoo noticed that off rip, but got to figure out how to deal with this. So pretty much everybody gets to scrapping, and as Barka is going in there and just kind of taking out everybody, Jinwoo and him take a couple shots at each other. It gets to a point where Jinwoo and Barka are kind of facing off, and Barka's kind of running at Jinwoo. So Jinwoo's kind of getting ready while the rest of his people are going. And he has Egress, of course, come in because Egress is going to helping him with Barka. So Egress is kind of on standby and kind of doing stuff here and there. Behind him, you've got Kim Chul, who is like recovered and ready to still take his revenge on Jinwoo, because he's like, who hit me? It was Jinwoo. Jinwoo did this to me. Like, he threw me. He's still mad. So he's running at Jinwoo. as it's going on, like this is like the most epic freaking thing I've seen freaking in this movie so far, is when Kim Chul charges at him, he literally brings up another necromancer type guy that comes out and pretty much smashes Barka. And then we get a quick little flashback, a couple second flashback to what happened. Jin-Woo immediately freaking like turned, saw him coming, sent Egress to take out Kim Chul, literally take him out, and then he used his necromancy to raise him, and now has Kim Chul, who is now renamed Iron, as a necromancy soldier. So then he sits Iron and Egress on Barka while he's fighting. So it's the three of them fighting Barka. And Barka is now, he's holding his own for a minute, but Barka ends up getting jacked up and Barka ends up getting taken out and stuff. And the way he gets getting taken out is crazy because you got the soldiers and the mages. Remember, he got soldiers and mages with the necromancy stuff. So they end up dropping big fireballs on him. You got Iron, who grabs and holds him and stuff like that to take the fireball. You got Egress with his speed and pinpoint precision. You got Iron is literally a tank, and he comes in with like big hammer, smashes with it, and he smashes Barka. Like they are going in. And once Barka gets taken out, like he gets taken out with the smash because he wasn't prepared for it. He got slowed down by Jinwoo hitting those strikes and stuff. Hammer came down, smashed him, taken out. I think he got a new knife because of it, but that's it. But you see Iron kind of still getting happy and just keeps smashing the like he's already done. Barka's already out, and he's still just smashing. And Egress is looking at him like, all right. So then we get some of the comedic stuff. Egress like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, do you? And Jinwoo's got like, yo, chill out, relax. And the mages are like, yay. And it's a nice little funny moment stuff. But we now have a bunch of new people added to Jinwoo's, team within the necromancy still. So Egress, Iron, several soldiers, mages, and ice bears. So I don't know if he's going to get some of those elves. He tried to get Barka, but all three attempts were wasted. He could not get Barka. Barka was probably too high level for him to obtain, or whatever the case to be. I kind of think of it as an emotional state, and I could be wrong. This is just me assuming, because Egress like respected that everything that Jinwoo was doing, so that like it made it easier to raise him. He had to kind of get a feel for it. And that was his first one, so it took a little bit. He was able to get Kim Chul into Iron because, again, he's a little bit more simpler minded, and he had all that rage and aggression sort of that, and I think that kind of allowed him to be able to get him quickly. I'm not sure if that's a factor or not, but he's also able to get the ice bears and the soldiers, very quickly because, again, they were just pawns. Like they're just ready to scrap for any and odd reason. So I don't know if that plays a factor, if there's a reason, or is it just all based off of Jinwoo? Not sure, but he definitely got everything done, and he ends up getting the team out the gate. In the process, we see Bike like standing by, and he's questioning. He immediately, grabs him and questions like, "Yo, where's the rest of my team?" He's like, "I got members missing, and you come out, freaking, I think you're partly responsible. Like, what's going on?" And he's like, "You should be probably showing me the proper respect because I just brought back some of your team members. So you should probably be thanking me first before you start accusing me and doing this and doing that." So Big backed off, was like, "Apologize. Like, you did protect some of his guild members, even though some were lost. So you did bring back some. So yes, you do have my respect and thanks for that." And then that was it. That Jinwoo was like, "All right, I'm going home now." And he's up taking a young girl home who does not seem discouraged at all about being a hunter. And she's like, "I'll see you next time," and I'm ready to go. And that's kind of it. We see Jinwoo go back home, and he's just looking in the mirror. And he's just like, "That's the third time. It's the third time." And that's where the movie ends. Absolutely fantastic. This movie was on point. I am definitely down for this. Like, these make sense to do. Like, this is a month out, so doing it several months out, so with that, Like I think Demon Slayer did it in like they dropped it in February, and the new season didn't drop until May for the new episode or something like that for like the Hashira arc or something like that, or the Swordsman Village or whatever, however they did it. This one's done. This is only a month out. We know we got the holidays and all that stuff. We know the episode is coming. So again, seamless transition is done very well. It doesn't make anything crazy. It's great for people who want to watch it and want to catch up. So if you don't have the time to sit and watch all 12 episodes, so that because they're about 20, 30 minutes a piece, so that you can get a nice little synopsis in 2 hours of the entire first season as well as some of the next season. And it's great to garner interest because, hey, I love anime fans. I love people that are coming in and watch the stuff, like even if we have different takes, so like that. Hey, I respect all your opinions. I want to know what you think. If I like something, you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it, and vice versa. Like let's talk about it. Maybe there's something I'm missing, and this is a chance to get some more people involved. Like, hey, come check this out. This is a good movie. Like you can kind of like, hey, this was a great movie. It's only 2 hours, so like I may be into anime now. I may want to see more of this stuff. All right. Well, you can actually watch the whole season to see how things went down and get the full story of how things went down because you're missing a couple pieces. They're not super key pieces, but you're missing some fight stuff. You're missing some, things going on. It's like you can see all of it, but they covered most everything inside the synopsis. Hands down, one of the best recaps I've seen. I definitely think you should go watch it, even if you've already seen the series. It's definitely worth it. By all means. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. Like Soul Leveling has been fantastic, and I can't wait to see the next season. All right. So I appreciate you guys for joining. Appreciate that lovely subscribe button. Again, this has been a fantastic show. I'm hyped. We got Soul Leveling coming. We got Sakamoto Days on the way. Invincible announced for February. We've got some shows coming, so definitely want to get into it. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.